So, Iran, the IDF, strikes on Gaza and Lebanon again. So let's have a quick look and see what is being said there. There's analysis being talked about, being brought to you by Michael Clark, who's been looking at the wars in Iran and what's happening in
Let's bring
Gaza
up to
and
speed on one of
Lebanon.
the day's other developing stories, the Middle East. Israel carrying out new strikes in Gaza and across Lebanon. Let's discuss it further with our defence and security analyst, Professor Michael Clark. Michael, talk to us in particular about what the IDF is doing, both in Gaza City.
Being criminals, murdering people, killing children. What ain't they doing these days?
And also in Lebanon. The Lebanese situation has been rumbling on for several weeks now. We've not talked about Gaza for a while.
No, the
I wonder why.
Israelis had a targeted strike in south of Gaza City overnight, and they killed Mohammed Odeh, who is the designated military head of Hamas, and he took over from al-Hadid only 11 days ago. I mean, these people know when they take on these roles, and he was a previous intelligence director, so he becomes military leader, which is very prominent. And they know that they're going to be targeted, and they know that their days are probably numbered and they're not likely to die peacefully in their beds. Nevertheless, they keep stepping into these roles as in a sense, as a symbol to the Israelis that Hamas will not be extinguished. So that's where we are. I mean, meanwhile, Israel occupies about half of Gaza in the yellow line, which is meant to be only, of course, the interim line in the pullback towards a peace deal, which we all knew was going to become a fairly permanent line.
You'd think that they'll leave Gaza alone now. I mean, obviously they're not. They're murdering cunts, but they're not going to keep. And I'm saying that about Israel being murdering cunts. Like, you know, like, just leave them alone. Like, I think there's only like 2, maybe 3 million people left in that whole area now. Just leave them alone. Like, come on now, let them build up, let them do their thing. Like, Israel just need to fuck off. Like, throwing their weight around.
And they've actually gone over that line, so they're now occupying more than 50% of Gaza, and that's not going to change anytime soon.
I mean, and they had said about the military leader being killed. How many people did they kill also to get at that person?
So there's a grumbling war that continues in Gaza at a fairly low level while our attention is elsewhere. And then in Lebanon, the Israelis have got a real problem because they've established this security zone in Lebanon about 5 miles along the border with northern Israel, so 8 to 10 kilometers. And that line itself isn't adequate to keep their troops safe because Hezbollah in Lebanon are using now fiber optic drones of the sort that we've seen in Ukraine for the last couple of years, which can't be jammed, certainly not very easily. And so the drones are really hurting IDF forces, and there's not much they can do about it. And so they're striking more deeply into Lebanon, and they're going north of their security line. They're hitting north of the Litani River as well.
That's the only thing with them using these drones now in modern war, and made of fiber as well, so you can't really interfere with them too much. Yeah, no, this is where big armies are going to struggle now unless they start updating and upgrading their forces and technology. This is the new era of warfare.
And Benjamin Netanyahu said there would be an intensification of attacks. That's what he said on Sunday night. And they went from 70 plus attacks, I think it was on Sunday, to 100 Monday, to 120 yesterday, and more are promised. And in particular, they're hitting Tyre, the ancient port of Tyre, because they think a lot of aid is coming in from Tyre to Hezbollah, and Nabatea, which they also regard as a sort of stronghold of Hezbollah. So that war is ramping up all the time because the Israelis feel that they don't want a peace deal that stops them, as it were, pursuing their own agenda, which is to try to
No, they don't want a peace deal because they want to keep on bombing the fuck out of innocent people who have absolutely nothing to do with the war and don't want the war, full stop. They're saying that they're attacking these different kind of troops and units and armies, but they're not. But all you ever see on the news is innocent people dying.
defeat Hezbollah once and for all. Whether they will or not,
Look, again, innocent people. That don't look like Iron Better. It looks like a building where people are living. Like, that's people's homes.
Somewhat doubt, but they're certainly going after Hezbollah in a pretty big way.
Talk to us about how this then factors into the situation with Trump and Iran.
They'll probably bomb a school and call that a Hezbollah fucking factory for creating troops at a young age. Like, this is the diabolical shit that they come out with, probably, and they have.
Because he is trying to find some kind of cessation of violence. What that quite looks like is unclear, and of the war to bring it to some form of conclusion. But to your point, Israel's aims and objectives are different. They have been established for longer than President Trump's had his eyes on Iran, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah.
And it's a real sign of the government of Benjamin Netanyahu or of another government really changing tack on that, surely.
No, and that's the point. I mean, Hezbollah's war with Israel goes back to 1982, when the Israelis moved in on Lebanon, and they were there for 18 years, from 1982 to 2000. When they withdrew. And Hezbollah was created by that 1982 intervention. And Hezbollah has always been devoted to the destruction of the State of Israel and pretty well genocide against the Jews. And we shouldn't forget that. But Hezbollah are a deeply entrenched organisation. They take their orders from Iran. They're sponsored by Iran in more or less every conceivable way.
I mean, yeah, to be fair, Hezbollah are a bad lot as well. Let's just clear that one up straight away as well. Hezbollah ain't innocent, not by any means, no. They're both just as bad as each other. But too many innocent people in between these two are going to get hurt or killed.
And Nasrallah, who was the assassinated head of Hezbollah until whatever it was, 18 months ago, was probably the most respected leader in the Middle East of the anti-Israeli coalition. So Hezbollah are really important. The Israelis have always wanted to try to destroy them, and they've never managed it. Now, this is a real spoiler for President Trump's intentions, because the Iranians have always said that any deal over the war in Iran and over the Strait of Hormuz is predicated upon a ceasefire in Lebanon. And a ceasefire in Lebanon is something that the Israelis don't want to be pushed into prematurely. So they don't want President Trump in a week's time to say, right, I'm making you stop, because for them they need more time to finish off Hezbollah. And equally, the Iranians are using Hezbollah because it's a bargaining chip. So both Israel and Hezbollah, in a sense, and Iran, they want to keep fighting. They want to keep this confrontation going, which is a bad thing for the idea of a more general peace in the America-Iran war.
Michael.
Yeah, that's the thing, Like he just said, Iran's using Hezbollah as a what they call it. There's a bargaining chip, and like Israel want to keep bombing the fuck out of them. It's a complete and utter mess in that region of the world, and there'll be more of it coming out as well, which I will do another video on today if there's any more news on it that comes out. A lot of innocent people are going to die naturally, as Israel don't just target like other soldiers or enemy units. They attack people and claim that they're terrorists. But yeah, we'll leave it at there. But if you enjoyed the video, please hit that like and subscribe. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. Bye bye.